it up and making things happen. It doesn't matter how large or small, as long as you're doing things to reach your goals. So, how many people here got into business to earn a substantial income? Raise your hand. Good. Okay. How many people did it to do great things for your friends and family? Raise your hand. Okay. How many did it to give back? Yeah, yeah. How many people did it to create a great lifestyle for yourself and your family? Okay, good. All right. So if you're going to do that, if you're going to be in business for yourself, then you've got to get things done. You've got to do the things other people won't do. Poor people don't do the things that we will do. Okay? Broke people don't do the things we do. Now, there's temporary situations, of course. Broke is an attitude, poor is actually, what is it? Poor is an attitude, broke is a situation. Okay, we're all been broke. If we're entrepreneurs, we've been broke at some point in our life. But the point is that you can stay broke, or you can do things that create a great lifestyle for yourself. So let's move on. So Dr. Edward J Kramer said, eliminate the time between the idea and the act, and your dreams will become realities. If you leave here tonight with notes of things that were like, this was awesome, this was awesome, this was awesome, if you don't act on it, then your dreams won't come true. Okay? It doesn't matter as simple as it might be. It might be something very significant. It might be very. I said not to take pictures.
Sorry.
You'll get this. No, you'll get this on the member side. Told you. No, actually, I said it before you came around. Anyway, but the point is that if you get an idea alone is nothing. Okay, if you act on it, then it can help you reach your dreams. Okay. Dave Kennedy in his book *Nobody's Time Management* says, "What is entrepreneurship if not the conversion of your knowledge, talent, and guts through investment of your time into money?" Okay, so I know a lot of people, not maybe not in this room, who attend seminar after 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 seminar. They're professional seminar goers. I have met those people, and they are doing nothing except being popular because they're in a seminar. Okay, now I'm asking you, who wanted to earn a substantial income, who wanted to do great things for your family, who wanted to give back to society, to your friends and family, to the causes that you believe in, and who wanted to create a great lifestyle. Well, that means you have to be a doer, not a writer, not an idea writer. Okay? So let's get into some. So fast, for sure, implementation, getting things done. Okay? Big issues. You have to be clear on your priorities and your goals. How many people, and don't lie, how many people have a clear list of their goals? You don't have to raise your hand if you don't want to. But you know. You've got to know what you're working for, or otherwise you're working for nothing. And that's not very inspiring. If you have big, huge goals, or even small goals, it doesn't matter. Small daily goals, small monthly goals, small semi-annual goals, small annual goals. That's something to work for. But I would say make them big, because the bigger they are, what if you fall short? So much. Right? So you've got to be clear on your priorities. The things you do every day, you've got to be clear on, is this getting me closer to my goal or taking me farther away? Okay? You have to protect your time, talent, and energy. There are people in this world, you may know one or two, that are always going to say, hey, you want to meet for coffee? Hey, you want to meet for dinner? Hey, you want to meet for dinner? Hey, you want to meet for this, that, and the other thing? I live in a household where even though I have a big, fat note on the door that says, if the door's closed, do not come in. I'm either videoing, I'm doing a group hangout, or I'm working intently and I don't want to be disturbed. No! You have to teach people how to work with you. Okay? You have to teach people about your work ethic, about your time. Okay? So you have to protect it, and you have to be willing to be a jerk about it. Not on purpose. You don't want to be a jerk, but you've got to be willing to be perceived as a jerk. That's really what it comes down to. Fight. Because that's what the response will be for those people who don't get it. And I guarantee those people who don't get it aren't doing what you're doing. Okay? You have to have self-imposed discipline, not self-discipline. Self-imposed discipline is different in that it's a governing reality, a governing value of your life. It's not like I should go work. I really should go and write that book. I really should go do that. No. It's turning shoulds into musts. I must do the work that I'm supposed to do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because if you said, I want a greater income, I want a significant income, I want to do great things for my family, I want to give back to the causes that I believe in, or I want a great lifestyle, then you'll do that. If not, then you're fooling yourself. And I'm going to tell you, it's not our job. But you might be in the wrong profession. Okay? Appropriate self-image. You have to see yourself as someone who gets things done. You have to act as if. Who else is achieving the results you want in your life, and how can you act just like them? Okay? So they may be real or fake. They could be characters in a movie. You know, I know one of my mentors, Bill Glazer, was militant. And Kennedy, too. Militant about their time. No interruptions whatsoever. His assistant was a beautiful woman, really nice. And she was like, you're not going there. You're not calling him. No, you're not getting appointed. No, you're not. This is his time to create. This is his time to work. You have to have the image. You have to be that person who says, I'm a person who gets things done. You have to believe it. If you say to yourself, I can't do that. I can't do that. Well, that's your self-image saying. I don't believe I can. Well, you can. Decide to be so. Write the big words. Write it in capital letters. Decide. Decide. Decide that's how you want to live your life. If you want a greater income, if you want to do great things for your family, if you want to give back, and if you want a great lifestyle, then decide that that's how you're going to run your life. Okay. Working on things which you have exceptional skills, not for things you don't have exceptional skills. If you do not have exceptional skills at building websites, should you go out and learn how to do it? I can do my newsletter in an hour. It used to take me 6. I do it fast because I can do it. And it has my voice, so I like to do it. I enjoy it. But if I didn't know how to do it, why shouldn't I hire someone else to do it? Right? If I don't know how to do a website, I did graphic design since it was desktop publishing way back in the 90s. Anybody remember that term? Those of us who are semi-old enough to remember. I did it way back when, so I got that design sense. I can go boom, 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 boom. Now, I can't tell my clients I get it done that fast, but I can do it that fast. The point is that if I do it well, I'll do it. If I don't know how to do it, I'm not going to go learn how to do it. Hire someone else to do it. There's cheaper ways to do it. Do the things you do exceptionally well. Don't do the things you don't do exceptionally well. Okay? Purchase time. Purchase time. How do you do that? Anyone? I did.
Outsource.
Outsource.
Delegate.
Thank you. Who said that?
Delegate.
Delegate. Outsource. Find people who will do it for you. That's purchasing time. That's time you do not have to invest. That works for you. Okay, I'm going to give you some resources later, but Fiverr.com from a simple little thing, fixing a picture, editing a video, doing things like that. You can Google sites like Fiverr. Fiverr, if you don't know what Fiverr is, Fiverr.com. Things people will do for $5. Okay? It was created because of the economy. People looking for work, trying to get their first client, do exceptional work, and then get them for long-term work. Okay? Now, there's a bunch, there's probably 100 other sites, maybe even more. Sites like Fiverr, but they're not $5. They might be $10, they might be $7, they might be $16. It's still a lot cheaper than doing it on your own. Or hiring someone local. I'm not saying put the local person out of work, but if you don't have a huge budget or if you want to do it, remember your business is about producing profit, a maximum profit. So if you've got to use someone who will do it a little cheaper, who will do it well, then do that. That's buying time, purchasing time. Okay? All right. Other ways, motivation. So the tasks that you do have to be clearly associated with your goals. If you have no goals and you're not achieving a lot in your life, this is why. Everything you do must be attached to the goals you set for yourself. You don't have to have a full page of goals. You don't have to have 10 pages of goals. You don't have to have 5 goals. But have a goal. Have a meaningful goal. Meaningful, worthwhile goal. Otherwise, what are you working for? Okay? It can be to avoid, or it can be to get, to achieve, to reach. Okay? I never want my family to suffer, or to go starving, or to do anything. Or I want to be the top #1 person in my industry. I want to be this, that, and the other thing. Set goals, otherwise you'll never get there. And if you don't make it, so what? At least you'll be farther along than you ever were because you strive to reach the goal. Okay? So everything we do must be attached to the goal. Now you got to have measurement. How do you know if you're getting close or not? Have benchmarks. Number one, know the outcome. This is our goal. Number two is how will we know as we're getting closer to this place? Set the benchmarks. Number three, instant gratification. Reward yourself when you reach a benchmark. Oh, I only have 6 more months to reach this goal. No, reward yourself. I reached my first benchmark. I reached the first stage of my goal. Right? That means I can go golfing. I can go to the beach. I can go on a date. I can go eat fattening food. I can go run around the Rose Bowl. I can go do whatever it is I want to do. But reward yourself when you reach a point. When you reach a minor goal. Okay? Support and association. You need people to hold yourself accountable. Okay? So it can be coming here to this community here, called EMP. You know, connecting with people who saw you last month, saying, so how'd you do? How are you doing this month? Hey, I heard you doing Braggadocious time. Great job. Good for you. Okay? Get recognition. That's what I really want. I want you to feel like I'm doing something great. Yay! Because otherwise, if you're just relying at home, I don't know where you live, but I don't always get it. I said, oh, I just got featured in David Fagan's book. You know, I was a real hero. I'm like, so. Take out the trash. I'm like, I'm in 2 books. I'm actually in 2 books, but it's like, no, come here and tell them, I'm in David Fagan's new books, I'm a hero. Yay! Yeah. But the point is, you've got to surround yourself around people who understand you, who can support you, who can give you recognition. Okay? Reinforcement. It's also reinforcement. You're on the right track. Keep it up. You know, because you can't do it by yourself. Everybody has somebody. If not, just to listen. Okay? Hey. John. Stop. No. All right. Here's a funny cartoon I found. You know, getting interrupted during the day. It says, in whom I say is expecting him to be so readily accessible. Anyway, I don't take calls during the day unless I can see who's calling. Unless I know and I say I was expecting that. Even Maurice called today. I was in the middle of working. I couldn't take his call. I love you, man. But I called him back when I could. Because if I'm in the middle of creating and I get interrupted every time someone wants to talk to me, that's their thing. That's not mine. I'm in the middle of something. So I'm not readily accessible. And I just decided that's the way I'm going to be because I was never getting anything done. Okay, you've got to decide. These are the rules. I return phone calls at 9, 11, 1, and 3, if you want. Or I return my phone calls in the afternoon, or I return my phone calls the next day. Whatever it is for you, decide what it is. Here's another one. Thank goodness you're here. I can't accomplish anything unless I have a deadline. Right? Put deadlines in this side, right? All right. So 10 time management techniques to get more done and make more money. Okay. I'll write down some notes I'm going to refer to. Number 1, tame the interruptions. I'm going to tell you this, and you might not like me as a result of it. Put down your darn phone. Stop answering every text. Stop answering every email. Stop checking Facebook. Stop answering every fax. Stop answering the phone. If you set time to work, then work. If the phone rings over and over and over again, okay, look at it. Maybe there's a problem. I have people who there's not a problem and say, I knew you were home, I just wanted you to answer. Okay? If you want to have a better income, if you want to do things for your family, if you want to give back, if you want to have a great lifestyle, you've got to ignore that. You've got to be willing to accept the crap that you're going to get from people who don't understand. I need to get stuff done. I'm an entrepreneur. Right? Alright, so tame the interruptions. Put down the phone. Turn it off. Or just put it off to the side. It'll be okay. Okay? Don't check Facebook. Keep it up for an hour or 2. I'm not saying don't check it. I'm just saying schedule time to check it. You don't have to do it right now. There's nothing so prevalent that says, hey, we're meeting in 15 minutes. Can you tell where we're supposed to meet? Well, that's their fault. They're not having the address if they have it, right? I don't know. But the point is that if interruptions are keeping you from achieving what you want in your life, then you got to tame it. Put them down. It'll be okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. Number 2, minimize meetings. I get people saying, hey, I'd like to take you out for coffee. Hey, I'd like to meet with you. They want to pick your brain. Right. There's some people that I want to meet with, and there's many people I don't. We can talk on the phone. Okay? Guess what I have to do? I have to get in my car, to drive 10, 20, sometimes an hour. Okay? And then it's, number one, I would say qualify your meetings. Make sure they're critically important. Hey, I want to introduce you to somebody. Okay, I get that. Hey, it's important that we kind of connect personally. I get that. But not every meeting. Okay? So you have to be very judicious about who you meet with. Okay? Don't meet people at restaurants because they will be late. I have people pick me up at my house, my office. So I pick me up and then we'll go to lunch. That way I can work until I see them come up to the building. Okay? Just be judicious about it. It's an interruption. Practice absolute punctuality. When I was in IBA with GKSC, Dan Kennedy said, don't ever trust anybody who's not punctual. So I was taught when I was a kid by my dad, be 15 minutes early, because if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. Okay? Don't trust anybody who's not punctual. So that's why I wait for people to pick me up, because they're always late. Oh, there was traffic, or I couldn't do whatever. That's why you're picking me up and I'm continuing to work. Make and use lists. Okay, let me give you a couple of lists. To-do lists. Your schedule. People to call. Kind of a conference plan. What did you talk about? You got to record these things. Okay, don't just assume you're going to remember later on. Okay, oh, I got to call. I forgot to call Ted. No, it should have been on the list of people to call. Bam, call. Okay, now next call. Next call. Especially if you schedule that for the day. This is the time I call people. These are the people I need to call. And this is what I need to talk about. The conference planner might be just a yellow page, or it might be a sheet that you write out and it goes into the folder. Or you scan it, it goes into I use HighRights, HQ, it goes in there. I can email it and it goes right in. But you got to use lists. Keep accountable. Stay on track. Don't remember at the end of the day and go, I forgot to do that, I'll do it tomorrow. Let's do this. Okay? Number 5, fight to link everything to your goals. Okay? Again, ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now to be closer or farther away from my goals? Okay? It's easy to engage and get hung up on Facebook and go, oh, I like that. Oh, this video is so cool. Oh, that's so nice. I'm going to share it. I'm not saying I'm a saint here. I violated this too. That's why I'm writing it. Note to self. Craig, don't do these things. Okay? But you got to say is that if I'm supposed to get a sales letter done and that can make me money in the next 24 hours, should I be hanging out on Facebook? Just kind of liking people's pages. I get the value of that. I get the engagement, right? But should I schedule time for that. And then I schedule time to write my sales letter, and I schedule time to upload it, and I schedule time to create a website, and I schedule time to do those things. Okay? It has to be strategic, otherwise it'll never get done. Otherwise it's 3 days later and go, I should have had this done on Monday, and it's now Thursday. Okay? Alright. Number 6, tickle the memory with a tickle file. How many people use Infusionsoft? Raise your hand. Good for you. How many people use Entreport? Raise your hand. Remember. How many people use something else electronically, like Outlook or something like that? Now, those aren't as efficient, unless you have a system for it. How many people who use those things, or third things, have a system for reminding yourself 30, 60, 90 days? Good. If you don't, if you're not technologically savvy, and you don't have those systems, then you can set up a 90-day file in your cloud calendar, 30, 60, 90 days. So say I'm supposed to reply to them in 15 days. Let's put it on the 15th of this month. Okay, then I'm going to follow up 30 days from now. I'm going to put it on the next one, and the next one, right? It's a tickler file. It's just meant to refine you. So if you're not technologically savvy, then do that. I learned it a long time ago. Dan Kennedy uses it right now because he doesn't personally use Infusionsoft or Entreport. He puts things in manual things, okay? It works. But you got to have some sort of system. If you use Outlook, I don't care. Just have the system. Every time this happens, and this happens, and this happens. It just takes a little bit more work, Because in those other things like Infusionsoft Launch Report, you can say, follow up every 30 days and it'll remind you. But in Outlook or something like that, you've got to go schedule it, okay, 30 days from now, and then scroll to the next calendar, let's schedule, scroll to the next, so it's not as automated, but it's still a system. So have a system in place. Okay? Number 7, block your time. Block your time in 30-minute increments. And you've got to ask yourself, how long will this project take? Realistically, you know what? It takes more time thinking about how long a project will take than it actually gets done. There's a great technique, I know Ted, I recommended Ted a few years ago, called the Pomodoro technique.
I've heard it, yeah.
Pomodoro is, you remember the Pomodoro tomato that used to sit on your oven when you were a kid? It's like a little tomato timer. If you didn't have a tomato timer, you had a timer.
Yeah, the kitchen timer.
Okay. So what it does is it schedules 25 minutes about, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever. But then it gives you the opportunity to set a 5-minute break or a 15-minute break. Okay? So you just want a break to go like this, stand up, and then sit down and do your next project. Okay?
Moosti.com.
What is it?
MOOSTI.com.
Has a downloadable timer. Yeah, you can put it on your computer. Do it. I used it for years. I haven't currently used it, but I used it for years, and it was excellent. Ted uses it. Ted, would you say you're a little bit more efficient now? Yeah. He talks about it every month at our mastermind. So, yeah, it works. Because you just work for 25 minutes. No interruptions, no nothing. You just work. And you'll be amazed at how much you can get done. And then 5-minute break, get up, stretch, or you can do 15 minutes. I do 15 minutes for your lunch. Or for something very important that you need to physically do. Okay? But you need to schedule it, script it. Anybody been to a play? Anybody seen the same play twice? And you notice that a minute and 30 seconds, the exact same thing happens. Schedule your day like a script. Script it. Okay? Put your folders on your desk or your things that need to be done. And then as soon as it's done, right, after the 5-minute break, if you use Pomodoro technique, then you're done. You take it away, you put it in the done file, or that's it for today, and then you work on this. Now, if you work 25 minutes on something, it's not done, that's okay. If you had scheduled, this takes 2 hours, but I work 25 minutes on it, that's okay. You work 25 minutes on it, it goes over here, and then you move to the next thing. You got to script your stuff. Okay? Don't be distracted by checking your email. That's what the 15-minute time is, not for the 5 minutes. Okay? 5 minutes to get up and stretch, move around, walk outside, check the dog, whatever you're going to do, wherever you work. Okay? Number 8, minimize unplanned activities. So friends call sometimes, hey, you want to meet for lunch? Do you want to meet for this? No, I can't. Best thing I ever learned in that book my dad gave me, How I Raised Myself and Very Successful Selling, was schedule your time.